Okay guys, so Cosmo here, and gonna try something a little new for 2016. I occasionally tweet about it and sort of give my opinions about the Humble bundles. And this week is the first Humble weekly bundle of the year. And I suppose you could technically count last week's one, but last week's was a joke. I don't know what they were thinking. It was basically I was about to say films and videos, and it was almost going to be videos with a fur. Anyway, so this week's bundle is the Tom Clancy Encore bundle, which is basically a repeat of last year's bundle with maybe a small alteration, which I'll show you in a minute, hopefully. And I'm basically just going to run through the games and give you a general opinion of them, whether I've played them or not, what I think of them, blah blah blah. So nothing spectacular, guys, but just my opinion. And of course, you're more than welcome to put your opinions and comments on this video, just to let me know that I'm wrong or whatever. So first and foremost, first tier is first there's 3 Rainbow Six games. Now I have played one of the Rainbow Six games, and I can't for the life of me remember which one it is. But the good thing is you get Uplay codes for them, so that's if you like Uplay, I suppose. If you don't like Uplay, then it's not such a good thing, really, is it? But you get 3 of the Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six games. Now each one, depending on who you talk to, some will say they're not very good. Some people say they're quite good. I mean, Rainbow Six games tend to be less run and gun, more sort of organised, and sort of counter-terrorist stuff. So I'm pretty sure they're quite old as well, so don't expect top of the range graphics and blah blah blah. But I can't remember which one I played, so I'm not going to give you too much more other than, if you enjoy Rainbow Six, go for it. It's worth it. You got Splinter Cell Chaos Theory, which now I can always get this muddled because I think this is the 3rd one, but I can't remember. I always get them muddled. I know obviously Splinter Cell was the first one, and I always keep thinking there was a 2nd one, but I can't for the life of me remember what it was. Maybe I've got to dig out my CD DVD collection to remind myself. But yeah, the 3rd one was definitely, this one definitely has a sort of new mechanic with a knife, because you didn't have that in the previous games. If memory serves, it's quite a good one. I quite enjoy this game. I'm a big fan of Splinter Cell, so I did enjoy that one, and I have played this. I think I've got the disc somewhere in the attic. There goes my phone. Right, Ghost Recon again is a game I haven't really played. I heard a bit about, and I can only imagine it's a pretty decent game, an old game I think, but if you're into that kind of military stuff, and similar to Rainbow Six, and so I can only imagine it's more methodical, less run and gun, then it's probably worth your time. Okay, so moving on to the 2nd tier stuff, the thing you have to beat the average to unlock. More Rainbow Six Vegas 2, so the sequel to this bad boy up here. Again, can't really comment on that because I haven't played it. Well, I might have played it, I don't know. This is going so well. Now this is an interesting one. That access to the Tom Clancy's The Division beta. Now I'm actually going to click on this. So this is the upcoming game that's sort of been. It was at E3. It's been teased quite a lot. It's been delayed quite a bit, I think. So it's basically in a post-apocalyptic game, if you don't know. And I think it's. I want to say it's a squad game, but I can't remember now. I remember seeing it at E3 and it's completely gone out of my head. I should have prepared more. Anyway, the truth be told, it might be worth checking it out, because as you can see down here, you can actually pre-order it for the biggest tier. But again, it's something that you're going to have to decide for yourselves here, to be honest, because it's not really something I'm that interested in. See, the biggest problem is I bought this bundle when it first came along, so even with the beta, it's not worth me rebuying all these games just for the beta. Seems a bit dumb to me. Splinter Cell Conviction kind of went off tangent with Splinter Cell. They kind of sort of try to get away from the suit and the gadgets and make it more about the character. And some of it worked, some of it didn't. It's one of those things that you sort of wonder why the series did what it did. It's still quite good, still quite interesting, and of course it's part of the story of Splinter Cell, so that's always worth it. The first and original Splinter Cell, again, classic, absolute classic, worth playing. Just sort of play around with the splits. What was I say? The split thing where you jump up and hang between two walls. I think you usually use it like 3 times in the entire game, and it's more a sort of, ooh, look, how cool is this mechanic? But excuse me. But yeah, so generally speaking, if you're a fan of Splinter Cell, you should own this game. So moving on to the blue tier, the pay $10 or more to unlock is Splinter Cell Blacklist, which is the most recent. Again, fans are divided on this one. I liked it, but I also didn't like it for various reasons. I mean, they've changed the voice, they changed the guy who sort of plays Sam Fisher, sort of made him younger and whatnot. Sort of undid a lot of the stuff that was done in the previous Blacklists, previous Splinter Cells. So I don't know. It's one of those things you sort of, some love it, some hate it. I wouldn't like to say whether it's good or bad. Personally, it's a preference thing. Future Soldier. Ugh. I think I need a drink. I haven't played it, but I have watched a playthrough of it. It's a more tactical squad-based game. Definitely a sort of interesting take on the system. It's a tactical thing. You've got to be sort of patient with it, work things out, equip, outfit your people the right way. It might be a game I look into playing it for the future, because I do own it amongst many other games, so it's worthwhile me checking that out. So my recommendation is, if it tickles your fancy, go for the $10 and you get all this lot if you don't already own them. If not, go buy it separately. The $75, well, I never ever go for this, because quite frankly, I don't need a t-shirt. This game, if it's not going to cost you $75, it shouldn't do anyway. If it does cost you $75, then that's just crazy. And then this voucher for up to 66% off any 3 Ubisoft titles. Basically, it excludes anything released in like the last few months. So anything older than, say, 6 months, and you're golden, really. But overall, I'd say money-wise, if you don't own it, any or many of the games, go for the $10 one, so at least you get all this stuff underneath it. Otherwise, just go with whatever tier suits you. Now, at the moment, not many bundles have been sold. I can only assume mainly because people have bought the bundle previously, but you never can tell with Humble Bundles. You never can tell. Alright, so that was my little review of Humble Weekly. As always, like and subscribe for more stuff like this. Maybe I'll do more. Leave comments as to what you think, and this is Cosmo the Coder signing out.